Hi guys, and thanks for tuning into the OnPoint sales channel. Today we're going to be reviewing and discussing some cool new products from Atlas Filtri. Atlas Filtri is a filter housing manufacturer based in Italy, believe it or not. Typically nowadays, unfortunately, a lot of filters and certain products for water filtration are coming in from overseas, from places like China or Taiwan. The past couple of years, we've seen issues with their supply chain. I was able to be aligned and met with some of the people from Atlas Filtri about a year and a half ago. And decided to start representing their product, and man, I'm sure happy that I did. They have a lot of cool, new, and interesting products, and we're going to be just lately reviewing some of them today. To start it off, I want to talk about their Hydra, which is their spin-down filter. This thing is a really badass unit because it comes with a 90 micron cartridge. It actually comes with a stainless steel ball valve for draining the unit, and what it does is basically allows, as a first form of protection, to catch heavy sediment. As you can tell, it's a very robust unit, and what's really nice is there's a spring at the bottom of this cartridge. So as the water comes through, sediment builds up, and let's say after, depending on, it could be a month of usage or 6 months of usage, there's going to be sediment built up on this. If you come in and obviously put either a 5-gallon bucket or plumb this into a floor drain, you can crack this ball valve, and this entire cartridge will shake and allow all the sediment to basically be pushed out, flushed out, and through the drain, out into the field, so this way it's a nice clean cartridge. What's really nice about this unit, it actually comes with a filter bracket and wrench all in the box, so you have everything that you need. 90 micron cartridge standard. There is an option for a 50 micron as well. And there is actually a bigger version of this that we'll discuss in a future video. Moving on, we have a very, very popular 2.5 by 10 inch cartridge here. We like to call this the 3P. The reason being, this collar on this unit actually loosens. It's very nice for under-the-counter applications where you don't have room really for a wrench, even though you're supplied with one in the box. So it just allows you to break the collar free with your hand, drop the collar, and then take the cartridge itself out. What's really nice about this too, and actually all the Atlas filter products, they actually come with centering rings built in there. So when you're replacing the cartridge and putting your new cartridge in, you just wrap the unit around there, and it'll actually help align the cartridge very nicely. Another cool feature about these housings, it actually comes with a Phillips head pressure relief valve, as opposed to some of the ones that you've seen out there where it's a push button. Sometimes we've seen failures on those push button filter housings. Typically water will get into that spring, deteriorate it, and then over time actually cause it to leak. So you have a kind of a drippling effect of water coming out of that housing, causing you to basically get in there and having to replace the whole thing. Luckily, Atlas kind of thought outside the box. This made sense. Very easy to just basically crack with your finger if you need, or use a Phillips head to drain that and release that pressure to get that filter housing installed. Another very popular 2.5 by 10 inch cartridge that we have is this unit right here. This one comes with 3/4 inch stainless steel insert fittings. It comes with the bracket and the wrench as well, self-centering ring and lube for installing the cartridge around the threads. These particular units, believe it or not, are rated to 125 PSI. You'll see a lot of the competitors in the marketplace have filter housings, but they're only usually rated for like 60 to 80, maybe 100 PSI if you're really lucky. With these rating to be 125, they're NSF approved, which is becoming a big standard nowadays. And we'll get into more of that in videos to come. Moving on to their large 4.5 by 10 inch filter housing. This particular unit comes with a steel heavy duty bracket. It actually comes with Allen heads to mount the bracket to the top of the head. It comes with the wrench, and you'll see here that it's obviously a clear housing with 1 inch beefed up brass 1 inch lead free inserts. This way, you don't have to worry about putting a monkey wrench on that thing, cracking it, and then causing those plastic threads to break. So this one has the options for the lead-free brass. We highly recommend stocking that or selling that unit, just because we've seen issues with plumbers being a little heavy on there with the threads. Again, pressure relief valve built in. And then we get into what I kind of call the Cadillac. And if I'm going to install a filter into my house, which I have, this is the one that I have in particular. This one is the Mac Daddy. This is the 4.5 by 10 inch. What's really cool about this is it comes with incoming and outgoing pressure gauges. The reason why, it allows you to see when that pressure drop actually happens as your filter collects with sediment. So it just it gives the homeowner a little bit of a relief, because they actually see, if they have maybe 50 psi coming in and only 35 going out, there's a 15 psi drop there. So it just allows you to see what's actually going on in your filter, and helps basically gauge the pressure loss and when it's actually time to change that filter. Sometimes you might get a month out of it. Sometimes you're lucky you can get 6 months to a year out of it. It just depends on the application and how much crap is basically in the line coming into your house. But the whole purpose of these filters is to protect yourself and your family from those kind of issues, and allowing this to collect all the product built up in the filter housing. So having said all that, we appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. We hope you kind of learned some new things about Atlas Filtri. We plan on doing many more videos in the future, and if you could, please subscribe to this channel, as we'll be discussing many cool new products in the weeks to follow. Thanks guys, have a good day.